Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having a great evening. So this might be one of the most exciting Zen cryptocurrency videos we've done. And I'm saying that because as many of you all have come to know, Zen in a few days, I believe, is launching on the Optimism um, chain. Now, this fork of Ethereum, right, is very significant in that, as many of you all have now heard, it's doing something a drastic bit different. And what it's doing is it's accelerating the 3,000 day staking period, right? Where the last coin is going to be minted in about a year, right? So it's accelerating everything 10 times, right? Each day on Zen Optimism is like 10 days, right? So it's almost aging in dog years. This is very important because this is going to serve as an experiment as to what could happen at the end of the Zen minting period, right? When the Zen supply reduces so low that people are getting such an insignificant amount of Zen, that's going to be it. You're going to have missed the boat, right? So you're going to have a year to get it right. Now, what's so exciting about this is what's going to happen to Zen Optimism serving this model. This is going to be an opportunity for accelerated growth unlike we've never seen before, right? It's also done in a time where nothing's really exciting in cryptocurrency. And so this could create a very good situation for Zen Optimism, as a lot of people might look to get into there to either gain some short-term profits or try to get as much Zen as they can before that mint period is over. Not to mention, this Zen project could stabilize as a good, valuable cryptocurrency, and it can usher in that idea of it being more like Bitcoin, but being a more fairly launched Bitcoin, right? So this is very exciting and significant on so many levels. And let's break down some of those reasons and levels why I'm excited about this. So the next thing is it's being launched on a chain developed to be low fee, like Optimism, right? So unlike the ridiculousness we got on Ethereum, right, where it just is ridiculous to even, um, try to jump in and mint your cryptocurrencies on Ethereum. Things are being stuck. The blockchain is slowing down significantly. The gas fees are super ridiculous. There's going to be a lot of opportunity for optimism, but there's going to also be a lot of time and growth for those fees to go up, which is good for optimism. So we're going to also get into some things I'm going to do. I don't give financial advice on this channel. I kind of just report it. Most of you all know that my main thing is free cryptocurrency, like the Universal Basic Income Project I spearheaded. And we'll mention that a little bit in the end because you definitely should be in that as well, as it's very deflationary as well. But basically, that's what's happening with this Zen project. It's becoming very deflationary in an accelerated rate so we don't have to wait. Because 8 years is a long time. What can happen in 8 years? I don't know. The world could end. In 8 years, the robots could take over. In 8 years, we could have World War III. Anything could happen. And so it's very hard to project out 8, 15 years, especially in cryptocurrency where everything moves in dog years and things change over the course of months. Optimism is exploring a great opportunity, not only for stability and value in it, locked in optimism, but so it won't be one of these rickety blockchains. I'm not gonna well on the post chain, with its problems, but we don't want, circumstances like what we got in post chain. I know a lot of people on post have stepped into Zen or are going to step into Zen, and it's a totally different world where I don't think we're going to experience half the issues what Pulse is. You know, whether they're dealing with the SEC or they're dealing, at least I hope not. But we know that's not the case now. So I'm very excited about this. The significance of this is key, right? To accelerate this. Now, what are some possibilities I can foresee happening? I could see everybody being bored on this multi-chain division that Zen's created, which in the long run is good. Long term, to be multi-chain is good. It's why Bitcoin and YK started off years ago multi-chain. We understood the need to be able to scale into other communities and unite them under one banner. Now, I think the same thing is potentially going to happen with Zen, where you're going to see many of the Zen users on these other blockchains that it isn't time for them to pop yet. They're kind of bored. It's being considered the forever down coin because of the tremendous amount of early inflation, early minting of this coin over this long span where then it becomes deflationary. But we don't have to wait with optimism. We can, for the sake of this experiment, focus our control powers into, economic energy, which is a form of power, into Zen optimism, which I think is probably going to happen. I think the Zen community is going to become so excited about Zen optimism that they're going to focus into Zen optimism. Now, this is a double-sided opportunity. Some strategies some people are going to use is, hey, there's a lot of money in optimism. There's a lot of stability in optimism. Why not hold some optimism? You got to hold it anyway the minute, but why not hold a good amount of optimism? And I think that's what a lot of people are going to probably do, myself included. I'm probably going to be holding a good amount of optimism because I think even if you have these great, I would project we are going to have some early high-level fluctuations of Zen optimism. There's going to be a lot of minting of Zen optimism. But remember, the clock is ticking. So that means you're going to probably have also accelerated market buying, accelerated people buying into Zen on optimism, believing that it's going to increase tenfold. Theoretically, there's a good opportunity for that, right? Especially if a lot of the economic power comes out of Ethereum, comes out of these various chains and so on, right? Comes out of Pulse chain, which I think would be a great idea, right? Especially looking at the uncertain future of Pulse, right? I don't even know if we should be on that chain. I don't know if Zen should be on that chain. And maybe with optimism coming out, some people might decide it's probably a little bit more wise to focus on optimism. And it's probably a great deal more wise to hold blockchain value there over maybe something like Pulse and the others. And I just say that because I think optimism is primed well to probably go up along with this excitement from Zen, the acceleration of the gas fees on optimism and such. Now, again, not only is the time clock winding down, a few days this will probably be going into effect, but of course the duration of, and let me just get a little bit more specific on that because some people might still be like, what are you talking about, right? So in that process of when you're in your EA, when you're minting your Zen and you see that 3,000 days where you can fully mint out to the maximum extended period of time, your maximum minting duration is only going to be like 360 days, 65 days or whatnot, all right? So that means you're also pushed by urgency, right? You have urgency pushing you. And what that urgency means is that you've got to act, right? Urgency is one of the best indications of the potential uh, value, right? Realized value of a cryptocurrency. So this is very exciting, guys. It's like seeing the entire Zen ecosystem come full fruition within several months, right? Because you also got to remember, and this is an important factor as well, that many of these gains we probably expect to see aren't going to happen a year from now. They're going to be happening over the next few months, right? Probably the lion's share of it. And so that's going to be very important, right? People who know about this and who's going to get into this. A lot of people are probably late to the party, going to try to go in hard the remaining last days and create these boosts and shocks to the Zen optimism. So these are my theories, right? And I'm a big fan of deflation. That's why I've pushed you guys to use Bitcoin MYK, the project I spearheaded, because we've used many of these tokenomic strategies, machinations to make deflation this very attractive use, and it's worked, right? That's why we saw one of our tokens go up like 3,000%. We know this isn't something that can happen in cryptocurrency unless certain tokenomics are implemented into there, right? 3,000%, 22% the other day on our native token. But I think you all kind of see where this is going, why this is so important, right? This is the time you really need to pay attention to Zen. You're not gonna. This is probably gonna be one of maybe 2 or 3 videos I make like this, where you probably want to be there. Not only be there in the beginning, and that doesn't mean go in the beginning going crazy, paying at the top of the gas fee structure, right? But more so dollar cost averaging, more so working out an over scheduled time frame of your, whether it be your minting or direct buying, etc. Right? Using all of your skill set to go full out on this opportunistic wise. And when I say go full out, that doesn't mean again spend a bunch of money, because we know Zen, you mint the cryptocurrency pretty much free. You're paying these low gas fees, right? But the low gas fees to me just makes the chain more usable and makes more people want to use it. So what I foresee happening is Optimism gas fees getting higher, but it just being that much more successful project. And that's why I think part of the key to this as well is holding some optimism. I might even divide, go 50-50 strategy, where I might go in 50% optimism, 50% Zen, just in case this thing does a great pullback, kind of creating this hedge, right? And again, not financial advice. I'm very particular with the projects I choose. I'm a very more so long-term investor, so that's why my videos aren't oftentimes that exciting, because some people say, oh, hey, you need more views. Why aren't you got the 100,000 subscribers and the 1,000? That's because these people, not only do they just tell you what you want to hear, which hurts you in the long run, right? Because you're going to be following them and you're going to get harmed. You're going to probably lose most of your money, which is what generally happens with these content influencers, right? Because they're under pressure to tell you what you want, or you won't watch their content. They're under pressure to advertise for cryptocurrency projects that have paid them. They're under incentive to promote bullcrap courses, that you can get free on any YouTube channel. And so they're on. These people are under a lot of pressure not to provide you the best content and information. I'm glad I'm free of that, right? And I don't mind getting few subscribers that are in that mindset, that are going to be healthy investors in the long run, going to have a much more healthier outlook on crypto. Most of the people who stick with me probably got a good outlook on crypto, right? So that's a good thing. It's going to help them in the long run. I think that's all I want to say in this video. In conclusion, I'll just remind you all, let's head over to Bitcoin MYK. I will remind you all, I'll remind you that Bitcoin MYK, right, it's kind of like this social media meets crypto, everything coin, right, where your social media activity is minted into the cryptocurrency, right? And much of the things you do on your standard social media, it has all of those functions your standard social media sites have: instant chats, making friends, news feeds, etc. Um, and instead of you wasting your time all day on your cryptocurrency sites, you also are becoming part of that network where you're earning the cryptocurrency and value, and you're also making the decisions on how it's run, who stays on that network, who goes, right? And I think that's such a good time saver, right? You should never waste your time making social media sites billions of dollars and you make nothing. I think it's utterly ridiculous. And I think the message is clear that many of us are going to opt for these type systems. So join Bitcoin MYK today. A link will be in the description. You need to get paid for your time. You need to earn something for it and do the things you do anyway. There's no reason to do it any other way or accept anything other than that, which is what you're doing now. And so it's very deflationary, has very similar ideas like Zen, where you mint the cryptocurrency free. The platform itself is a feeless chain, but as you move through our multi-chain features, you will only have to pay the fees in association with those blockchains, right? Oh, excuse me. And so, yeah, that's what we're looking at here. So join today. If you have any questions about it, leave a message. I'll be more than happy to assist you with those questions getting answered. But an exciting day for Zen Crypto. And that's all I want to say in this video. Guys, until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other.